What's good? Welcome back to another video. Gentlemen and girly pops, we got ourselves a trade. I thought the offseason finished because Trevor Bauer signed and then JT Realmuto signed and all the big dominoes fell. But I forgot the Red Sox were trying to trade Benintendi for 2 months now. And I think the rest of the world forgot except for Kyle Bloom and I guess the Royals and I guess the Mets. And I'm recording this in my parents' home, so that's why everything looks different. I was just here when the news dropped and I stay strapped with my camera. So, and the mic. Of course the mic. But here we are. The Mets, the Royals, and the Red Sox came to terms on a 3-team trade. The Royals are getting Andrew Benintendi, big fish of the trade. The Red Sox are getting Franchy Cordero and Josh Winckowski from the Mets, Franchy Cordero from the Royals, and Mets are getting Khalil Lee. And I'm just going to go right into the Mets because the Mets are just getting involved in everything now. It just seems like they swoop in on any deal. And Steve Cohen's just kind of like, you know that one meme with like Anthony Davis in the locker room? That's what Steve Cohen is, but IRL. And yeah, so they somehow get involved after just out of nowhere, it seemed like. And they improved their farm system, which is a big W for them. Steve Cohen was tweeting about improving the farm system. And he goes out and he does it. So he gets Khalil Lee, who is the Royals' number 8 or 9 rated prospect. I've seen 8, I've seen 9. But he's an outfielder, and this is a dude with power. He has 21 doubles, but also he strikes out a lot. But this is also a guy with wheels, because he stole 53 bases in 2019. And there was no minor league season in 2020. So I'm going off 2019 numbers, but this is the number 8 Royals prospect. This is a guy who is supposed to come up and make an impact, but there's a logjam at outfield now, so they send him to the Mets. And the Mets really got better. When you judge the value of what they gave up for what they got back, they didn't give up much. They just kind of came away with this as like clear winners, just kind of one-sided really. But good on Steve Cohen, he stays winning. Mets fans stay happy. I know they were really hoping Familia was out the door. No, I'm sorry, he's there. Good luck. But no, Juris Familia stays, DeGrom stays, Lindor stays. We didn't know who the player to be named later was, but it was Josh Winckowski, and I believe there is one more prospect being processed to going to a team as I'm recording this. But good on the Mets. Good on the Mets. Let's talk about the Royals. This is the first time on the channel I have mentioned the Kansas City Royals, but they acquired Benintendi. And Benintendi, talking about him, he's only 25. This is a guy who's 25. He's a young outfielder. Keep that in mind. He's been in the league for what seems like forever, but he is still 25. And he's a great defensive outfielder. He had that one play against Houston, the one we all know about. But even during the regular season, he's good. He knows how to play off the wall, which is one of the most difficult things to do for a left fielder, I believe, in the game. Because there's no other park like Fenway. And obviously, I think he'll be able to take his talents and what he's learned from there and translate it to Kauffman Stadium. And then you look at the Benintendi and the rest of the Royals lineup, and they signed Carlos Santana in the offseason. They still have Hunter Dozier, who had a really good season last year. Jorge Soler hit stingers. And then they have Salvador Perez and then Whit Merrifield. And this is a really good lineup, like kind of low-key. Like they have a solid 1 through 6, and then they have Alberto Monsi and like Nicky Lopez and other people to fill it out. But it's a good 1 through 6, and I think they're just going to be a pest for like the AL Central teams that are competing. I don't necessarily think this shoves them into the conversation, perhaps, but I think they went from maybe like a D tier team to like a C tier team. And this video isn't about the pitching; it's about Benintendi and the offense, but. Brady Singer and Brad Keller, Danny Duffy, they highlight the top of that rotation. Brady Singer had a good rookie year last year. Go Gators. And look for him to improve, and look for the Royals to actually try and win some games this season. I'm kind of excited to watch their lineup. I'm excited to see Benintendi get some playing time out there. And what he does for Kansas City, hopefully he glows up like Jorge Soler did. He's been on the decline since his rookie year. And obviously you just want him to bounce back to maybe like 2017, where he had like 20 home runs. But this is a guy like a 2020 threat. That's what I think Andrew Benintendi is probably going to be at his prime. Is just like a nice 2020 guy, maybe 25. And then yeah, so you kind of just take into consideration, and that outfield defense is pretty good. You have Whit Merrifield, and then Michael Taylor. I forgot they signed him, but he's a good defensive outfielder. And then you have Benintendi in left, and then Edward Olivares off the bench who can provide some pop if you need it. But good pickup for the Royals. The Royals, good job. They stay winning. And finally, Boston Red Sox fans. This one's not going to be as positive. I don't understand why they traded Andrew Benintendi at his lowest value. As I mentioned earlier, he's been on the decline since his rookie year, just slowly and slowly. And last season was probably his worst season. Granted, it was also the short season. But also, I just don't understand about trading Benintendi at his lowest value. He's also a young outfielder who helped you win the World Series less than 4 years ago. And salary dump? I wouldn't even say salary. He's making $6 million. You're telling me you guys wouldn't be able to pay him $6 million. And it's weird because they made these moves in the offseason to improve. They brought in Kike Hernandez. And then they're taking a step back, I think, with acquiring Franchi Cordero, Padres legend, obviously. But Franchi Cordero, I mean, he hits home runs. That's what he does. But he also strikes out. And he also doesn't walk like that. So maybe he gets a boost in Fenway. But I think that right now, as of 2021, February 10th, Andrew Benintendi is better than Franchi Cordero. So I don't understand. They're the same age, so it's not like you're getting younger or anything. This just might be Kyle Bloom liking a player. That's what I'm getting at. I haven't even talked about Josh Winckowski yet. So Josh Winckowski, he's the 26th prospect. He was acquired from the Steven Matz trade, and that just proves that Steven Matz is still contributing to the Mets' success. Or he's contributing better to the Mets' success than he did while he was on the Mets, which is a little harsh maybe. But yeah, so I don't know. He hasn't made it past single A plus, but he is a Florida native. Whoop whoop. So I'm pulling for him. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't have much to say. I just think it's a really weird call for the Red Sox. I think they just got the wrong player. I feel like they should have been the team to acquire Khalil Lee, but the Mets did, and the Mets now have a new prospect, and the Red Sox are going to work with Franchi Cordero, and hopefully, I mean, obviously I'm pulling for the guy. I'm hoping he can provide that pop for them that they need in the lineup, or even if they do need more pop in the lineup, I think they need pitching more than anything. But I'm not too hot on this. I'm not too hot on the Red Sox trading Benintendi, obviously, and I'm hoping for Benintendi to go for 25-25 in Kansas City and prove them wrong. All right, I've recorded this like 5 times, and I finally got through it. So, leave a like if you liked it, and 643.